Hi, hello, and welcome to ＯKAMI Sigma Universe. And here we are again. It's a Monday, Blue Monday. Okay, blue and black is lucky on Monday. Remember that. Also, if you want to get your haircut during Mondays. It's very auspicious. All right, so we're here again to do our Monday chanting session. Okay, so in our last session yesterday, we did our Sunday session. Now it's Monday session, Monday chanting session. Okay, so all right, so there are four chants that we're going to do uh, for this day. Okay, of course we have Ganapati. Okay, I always start with Lord Ganapati. Okay, and then two chants for Lord Shiva, and then one Tibetan mantra. Okay, so two mantras, one mantra for Lord Ganapati, two mantras for Lord Shiva, and then uh, one Tibetan mantra. Okay, so these mantras are very good to bring you focus, grounding, and also high vibration practice. Okay, so you're activating your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, okay, and you're grounding yourself as well when you're chanting. And each mantra has its unique benefits. Okay, so before I'll give you a rundown. Okay, um, yesterday, Sunday, we did Ganapati. Uh, Lord Ganapati's mantra is connected to intelligence. Okay, so it's the gateway to the other energies or the other deities. Uh, and then we had Lord Surya. Lord Surya's mantras are for abundance, success, prosperity, and prosperity. So those are uh, their primary energies or vibration. And we had Namyo Rengekyo, which I discussed that it's um, concerning about mystic laws of the universe pertaining to cause and effect that uh, aligns you with and helps you with your karma. Okay. So, as you can see, chanting practice is very beneficial for us. So, if you know a lot of mantras and their benefits and what type of vibration that they exude, it could help you in your balancing your life. Okay, so let's start with Lord Ganapati. Okay, so again we have our mala and we have our bell. Okay, right here. Okay, so I'm gonna ring it 3 times. Okay, so I prefer to chant with my eyes closed. You can chant with your eyes open, um, or you can stare at a mandala, okay, or a some have gohonzon, okay. So an imagery that helps you with your concentration. Um, okay, also with regards to the mala, um you hold it with your right hand with your middle finger and your thumb. Okay, so where's the white bead? Okay, so I usually start with my white bead. Okay, all right. So this is going to be Lord Ganapati's chant. Okay, Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. 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 Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. 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 Okay, so all right, so that's Lord Ganapati's chant. Okay, so the next chant would be for Lord Shiva. So a little information about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, okay, um, means that which is not. Okay, Shiva means that which is not. Okay, so Lord Shiva represents the vast empty space. Okay, so Lord Shiva holds everything in the universe. Okay, so he is everywhere. Okay, he travels. Well, according to the ancient text, he travels through different dimensions. Okay, so now he's very famous for his third eye. Okay, um, and his signature crescent moon and his uh, tiger tiger skin um, attire. Okay, so that's Lord Shiva, and actually, Lord Shiva is very very special to me because uh, honestly, nobody taught me or introduced me to Hinduism. Okay, uh, there was this one particular night that uh, I had a dream or a vision, and it was a man with blue skin. And in this vision, he didn't tell me who he is. And then I just noticed the crescent moon uh, that's decorating his hair, and he was holding a trident uh, with a drum. Okay, so I had that dream or vision uh, during the most difficult time of my life, wherein there were a lot of changes happening, and so in this particular state, um, some may call it in the astral state, where I met this figure, and I didn't know that he was Lord Shiva. And being intuitive, uh, I did some research. But within that vision, uh, I was being taught uh, various things. Okay? And then it sparked the interest. And then I started learning how to chant other mantras and being guided to information that was not part of my culture, but part of one of my past lives. Okay, so but um, it was also part of my calling, and the guidance, the information comes in, uh, if believe it or not. Okay, it's up to you. The guidance comes in anytime, like there's no warning. It just comes in. It's like that's why we in the spiritual community we call it downloads. So information gets downloaded to our consciousness, and part of my guidance that I received from this immense figure, and then I didn't know him at first until I learned that his name was Lord Shiva. and I started getting information about him, and that's how I started learning about okay, recalling, okay, the practice. Okay, so this is a very unique experience that I may say. Yeah, very. But the practice helped me ground myself and give me focus, and also enhance my intuition, um, and my internal alignment. Okay, so that's what I experienced with Lord Shiva. Okay, so very rarely that you know you know most of us have this kinds of experience, but it's something that I didn't take for granted. I've seen it as a sign. I've seen it as a sign. Okay, that it's time to do divine cultivation, cultivating uh, divinity. Okay, so now um, we'll just have two mantras. Okay, so this mantra is a very famous mantra. Okay, it's Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. All right, so it's the first uh, mantra for Lord Shiva. Okay, and it's pertaining to um, Lord Shiva's purity. Okay, so um, like his vibration is intuition and some sort of self discipline. Okay, so that's his vibration. A very strict discipline. Now, okay, let's begin our chant. Relax and focus. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Okay, so It's very simple mantra and it's very quick. That's already 108 times. Okay, you hardly notice. All right. Okay, the next mantra is still from Lord Shiva. Um, okay, it's Om Shambhave Namaha. Okay, okay. So it's Om Shambhave Namaha. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the screen so that you can read it. Now, okay, so the benefit of this mantra is it bestows uh, one prosperity. Okay, so all right. So join me for this particular chanting. Okay. Om Jambhavi Namah 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 Om Jambhavi Namah. Okay. Okay, so All right. So that particular mantra is for prosperity. Okay. Just like um, yesterday. Okay. So like the sun, okay, has 12 names. Okay. Lord Shiva has 108 names. Okay. So uh, we had two mantras. So we just recited two of his names. Okay. So the mantras and the names of the gods are, it's the god, like it's the different properties of God. So the different manifestations of God, uh, that is everywhere. Okay, that is everywhere in the universe. So these vibrations, you can find God everywhere. That's why sometimes um, they, you know, you have to wrap your mind in the fact that everything around us is alive. Okay. Normally, humans have this basic mentality of the only thing that's alive, if it is moving, it's making a sound, and it's talking. Okay. But God is found within us and also within every single aspect of life and everything in the universe. Okay, everything under the sun and beyond the sun. So that particular properties of God brings everything into life, into existence. So whether it's animate or inanimate, it is alive. And as long as uh, there are various dimensions to existence, and Lord Shiva represents that. Uh, he holds everything in existence. So that is to say that everything that is good, everything that is godlike, is within everything. Okay, so that's why whether um, if you're looking for God, He's always found within. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Anyway, okay, let's move on to our next chant. Okay, so we're gonna do a Tibetan chant, which is the second chant that second mantra that I learned. Okay, so the teaching that my guides give me is um, sometimes gradual, sometimes just flowing so much. So that's just um, in when they started giving me this information. So I was like really struggling trying to understand these concepts because I had to tear down everything that was taught to me in schools, in my daily life, or my in the family circle or the community. I had to dismantle all of that because the information is somewhat overwhelming and beyond what has been taught to me on this in this particular lifetime. So I had to let go of a lot of concepts that hinder my mental capacities. Okay, so there's a lot of letting go when the divine gives you information. Okay, so that's what happens. All right. Now, Omani Padme Hum, okay, comes from Tibetan, it's a Tibetan mantra. It's the most basic mantra. Um, it pertains to the jewel of the lotus. Okay. Um, so, Omani Padme Hum. Omani means jewel. Om. Om is the sound of the universe. Mani is jewel. Padme is the lotus flower. Okay, so in I think Chinese, Japanese, and Asian culture, the lotus flower represents a very valuable symbol because it's the only flower that grows from mud. Okay, and it grows beautifully. It blossoms beautifully, coming from a dark and murky place. So, um, so this mantra pertains to the jewel within us. Okay. Okay. So if you think about it, most of the mantras are saying the same messages. Okay. But if you ask me whether it's east or west, I think the message is the same. Okay. So if you look at it in a broader perspective, the message is always the same. Okay. It's finding ourselves, okay, the good in us, okay, the jewel inside of us. Okay. All right. So let's start. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay, so this mantra, you can find this mantra everywhere, especially in Chinese traditions. Okay, so it's their very special prayer. So like this is Omani Padme Hum. Okay, okay. It's written here. It's also here on my bracelet. I don't know if you can see that. That gold thing on the bead, black bead. So sometimes they write it on the side of the Tibetan bowl, the Tibetan singing bowl. Now this is a seven metal bowl, so it doesn't have any mantra on it. So it's comprised of seven metals. So, but if you buy a Tibetan singing bowl and you wonder what's written on the side, that is the Omani Padme Hum mantra. Okay? And when you recite the mantra, uh, if you notice, there are mantras that has a certain rhythm. As you chant them, there's a rhythm. Um, Tibetan mantras have that kind of particular sound or vibration. Also, Lord Ganapati's mantras uh, have that kind of vibration. Now, okay, added information, when it comes to your mala, okay, you don't touch the tassel because that's where all of the chanting and the energy flows through. Okay, so you just let the tassel be. Okay, you only touch the beads. Okay, also um, don't put the mala. Okay, don't let it touch the floor. Okay, don't let it touch the floor or don't drop your mala. Okay, because it has your energy, your power. So you can wear it on your neck, okay, like so. Okay. Some would prefer at the front. Some would prefer that the tassel is at the back. But wearing it that way is acceptable. And you can also like wrap your mala on your wrist. Okay, just be careful not to. Okay, so something like that. Okay, and in some cases, okay, I use a pendulum. I know how to use a pendulum and to get answers with intuition. And sometimes you can also use the mala, especially this one. It has a crystal in it. Okay, it can uh, it can be a substitute, okay, for a pendulum if you don't have one. Okay, actually, there are a lot of divinity tools. So um, I hope this information that I'm giving you is helping you understand culture and traditions. Okay, right. So and also the thing that I want is to bring uh, various cultures together. Okay, so that they will better understand each other. Because growing up, um, to tell you honestly. When I was growing up, there was a lot of ignorance around me, ignorance everywhere. So when I was growing up, people, give me this, tell me this and that about certain religions and certain things and certain practices. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. That's not it. But because these people didn't know better, um, they didn't know that that particular way of thinking and way of life is very limiting. Uh, it's very important that we learn to appreciate various cultures and look into um, practices deeply. There, because if your level of understanding is very low, you will just dismiss everything. Okay, but if you have higher consciousness, you seek higher understanding in a deeper level wherein you want to clearly understand what is at play, what is the motive, and what is the intention for a particular practice in a culture. So that way, you gain more wisdom and insight. And I believe um, if we learn to just try to understand each other's way in ways, various different ways in the world, there will be less conflict. You know? People will be in harmony with each other. Um, especially Asian countries are very rich in culture, so um, it's a good uh, practice to be open and try to broaden your understanding with regards to various cultures. Um, in my experience, I had people that I grew up with. Should I say very prejudiced, some downright racist as well. Okay, so I'm not gonna name names, but they know who they are. So the reason why they don't get along with certain cultures is because they have this prejudice kind of perception or perceiving uh, people, that they generalize people in a certain characteristics based on their nationality or their skin color or their, let's say, if they had this bad experience from a certain race, they already see them negatively. But understand that our experiences sometimes is just to teach us something. Okay, our encounters, and let's say if a certain you got a bad experience with one person on a particular nationality, um, that's just that particular person. But the next person with the same nationality, might you might have a different experience. So it's just uh, it's just that people are different, uh, where how they were with their upbringing and how they were oriented. Uh, I would quote Bruce Lipton when he says that it's all about the programming that you had when you were a child. So for me, my experience, I had to break away from a lot of programming and conditioning that I had from my since birth. Um, so that's the one thing, the important thing that most of us need to uh, understand and bring to light, that we need to break away from uh, that particular programming that limits us. That includes the traumas, the misinformation, the uh, the things that have been passed on from generation to generation, but has does not bring understanding. So those are some of the things that create blockages in our lives. So if we open ourselves to uh, various cultures and try to understand where uh, their practices or their culture originated, it opens up doors for us. Okay, so it makes the world a lot safer and a lot more enjoyable to experience. I've been to a few countries, and some of them, of course, are different. But all of the when you come down to the basics of human existence, all of the basic stuff, they're all the same. It's just that the practices and the manners of doing it, okay, is different. But having a different outlook or a different way just makes life very colorful. Okay, so and my encounters with people from different backgrounds, okay, whether it's for whether I encountered it from travel, from professional work, or different industries, or some of my business trips before. So you encounter different people. Okay, so it's good to get to know their culture and ask things and stuff. How they pray, how they what they do for their pastime, and what are the festivals, something like that. Okay, so it will broaden your horizons. Believe me, believe me. So if you had like if you had a bad experience, okay, so that one bad experience doesn't make the rest of that particular culture as bad. Okay, because I know some people who do that. They try to tend to generalize uh, this and that, But people are people. Okay, and various cultures are very color. That's what makes life very very colorful. Okay, so there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this session and you learned a lot. Okay, and so just keep on uh, widening your horizons. So try to keep an open mind about various cultures. Well, we're just talking about our cultures here in our planet. Okay, you'll never know. In the future, it might be other beings from a different galaxy that we're going to be learning. So that would be more exciting. Okay, so our universe is very bountiful. Okay, so I know during these times it's very um, we're experiencing tough times, and so it's time to make that shift into a higher vibrational state and don't allow the negativity bring you down because uh, the energies are moving into into a higher level of consciousness. And for those who encounter my video, I hope it makes you feel good and makes you feel better. Okay, and if you practiced with me with this video, it made you feel good and relaxed. That's what's important. Okay, all right. So okay, I'm gonna have to bid you farewell. Okay, so if you like more, before I go, if you like more of this kind of content, uh, mantras, you can go to our the link down below. Click the link down below for our YouTube channel. Okay, playlists. We have mantras for Lord Shiva and Lord Ganapati, and some of the Tibetan mantras as well in our YouTube playlists. Okay, so I'm trying to get much done because I had a long break. Okay, but I'm gonna try to put out more videos and more content, and it's just like sharing. Like I'm here talking to you, and something like that. Okay, so um, you can try, to experience. Uh, if you're into that higher consciousness journey already, congratulations. Okay, if not, feel free to join me. Okay, uh, and practice with me. Okay, that's it. Just practice with me, and let's share this experience together. Okay, so lots of stuff to learn. Okay, the world is filled with wondrous manifestations. Okay, all right. So again, like I said in my previous videos, I'm gonna concentrate uh, on mantras and some helpful information that will bring you enlightenment and put you in the journey of higher consciousness. It's all for free. I'm not charging anything. It's just sharing and keeping the vibe good. Okay, so I hope you learn a lot from me, from us here in ôKAMI Sigma Universe. Okay, so if you notice, I'm doing the videos because my daughter is now busy creating her own life. Okay, starting her own life. She's busy adulting. Okay, which you know, as a parent, I take care of her so that she can um be happy. Anyway, all right. So for those parents out there, shout out to you guys, and okay, uh, best of luck raising your children. All right. So I'm gonna leave it at there. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on our next chanting session. All right. Bye.